A regular meeting of the City Council held in council chambers on Thursday, September 26, 2013 at 7 p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice of this meeting was posted on September 20th, 2013 at 10:55 a.m. This meeting is being taped and is live on SATV. Also, there's assisted listening system now available for City Council meetings. Those interested in utilizing these devices for meetings at 93 Washington Street may contact the City Clerk, Cheryl Lapointe, at 978-619-5610, or clapointe@salem.com. All councilors are present. Council President Ryan is presiding. Councilor Carr moves to dispense with the reading of the record of the previous meeting. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. I ask everyone please rise and join Councilor O'Keefe in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If there's anything I can do to make sure you...
Public testimony. We have no speakers. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before we continue with the meeting, I move to take out of order page 7, appointments and reappointments.
Okay. Councilor McCarthy moves to take out of order the appointments. Any objection? None being, so we'll move to page 7, appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Laura DeToma Swanson to serve as a member of the Cable Television and Technology Commission with a term to expire on December 31st, 2013.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion.
Under discussion, Mr. President. Laura's in the chamber, and I'm very happy to call and proud to call Laura a friend. She's been a great friend for a bunch of years now. And as everyone can see from the letter, I mean, she was originally appointed to the first Salem Access Television Board of Directors by then Mayor Neil Harrington. She's past member of this board, this council. She was a counselor at large. She was a member of the, really got to know Laura when she was a member of the Park and Rec Commission. She's a wonderful mother, as you can all see by her 2 daughters that are hugging her, and her husband Ralph is with her. I think that she's going to be a great access to this. The only question I asked her early on if I could get free HBO, and she said no. But I think it's an important position, and I think she brings a wealth of knowledge from her early involvement with SATV at its infancy, and now the ability to work on this commission and kind of really roll up the sleeves and get in there and get back into what is really important for the city with regards to the cable and the cable access that we all enjoy. So I wholeheartedly encourage all my colleagues to vote yes when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Fieri.
Mr. President, fellow members, I had the distinct pleasure and honor and privilege to serve with Laura on the City Council here in this chamber. Public service is a high calling to Laura and her husband, Ralph. She graduated magna cum laude from Salem State College, which is now Salem State University, and now serves as the head of the prestigious Aganis Enterprise Center, which is in the 21st century for small businesses to come about. And she has been very, very active at SATV, which has been very good to the city of Salem. SATV is covering us now, in fact, coming into our living rooms and dining room tables and so on. And for over a decade there, we're indeed very fortunate to have the caliber, commitment, and concern that Laura shows and her husband Ralph has shown. We're very, very lucky, and she's an amazing person, amazing public servant. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Fieri. Councilor O'Keefe.
Mr. President, members of the City Council, Laura is a member of the minority party, national party, as I am, and there's very few of us around, but we try to do the best we can for good government. I also want to ask her and the commission. I receive more calls from people about why we can't have files in Salem. And many times I've talked to the mayor about it, and she's written to Verizon about having the city for files. We only have one cable company in Salem, and that's Comcast, which we all have to have because there's no one else. So I would just ask the commission to look at it again and see if we can speak with the former mayor of Salem, who was a representative of Verizon, to have the city wired for files. It's not fair to just have one cable company. We have to listen to all these cable company, cable shows, which don't make any sense to us sometimes. Thank you. Welcome back,
Thank you,
Counselor.
Counselor O'Keefe. Any further counselors? All right, Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Sosnowski?
Yes.
Counselor Siegel?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Prevey?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Carr?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes. Thank you. On the question of the appointment of Laura Swanson to the Cable Television and Technology Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative. Appointment carries. Counselor McCarthy?
Mr. President, I'd ask for suspension of the rules to allow Mrs. Swanson to address the council if she wishes to.
No objection. Ms. Swanson?
Well, thank you so much for the appointment, counselors. I really am very excited to be working on behalf of the city, and especially an organization that's close to my heart, which is Salem Access Television. I welcome your concerns, your questions, your comments as we go through the process, and I'll do my best to get the best for the city as we negotiate with Comcast. I appreciate your taking me out of order, and I'm especially grateful because now we can make story time and bedtime on time. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments?
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Thomas Campbell to serve as a member of the Conservation Commission with a term to expire March 1st, 2015.
Counselor Sargent?
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the Ward 4 Council, Mr. Campbell's a resident of Ward 4, so I recommend confirmation by roll call vote, please.
Okay. On discussion,
On discussion, Mr. Campbell's a resident of 23 Old Village Drive in Salem. The condo's up on Highland Avenue. He's got 15 years of work experience in environmental, prior work with the Organization of Environmental Protection in the U.S. Navy, degrees in geology, zoology, and biology. Much more qualified than I am to handle this and be on this committee, and that gives me choice to highly recommend him for this, and I'm sure he'll do well. Thank you.
thank you. Any further discussion? Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Sosnowski?
Yes.
Counselor Siegel?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Prevey?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Carr?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes. Thank you. Upon the appointment of Thomas Campbell to the Conservation Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative. The appointment carries. Counselor Sargent? Suspension of the rules,
Suspension of the rules to allow Mr. Campbell to speak
if
he
you'd like to. If you'd like to address the council.
Yes, I wanted to thank the mayor and the council for this opportunity to serve the city and protect the natural resources, so thank you very much.
Thank you for your willingness to serve. All right, we'll go back to Councilor McCarthy.
Mr. President, I move that we remove to the regular portion of the meeting.
Okay, any objection? Okay, we'll go back to hearings.
We have an order of Verizon and Mass Electric to install a joint pole on Juniper Ave.
Okay, anybody appearing in favor, please step to the podium and name and address.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the record, my name's Everett Bryan. I'm a senior right-of-way consultant with Engineering and Data Solutions representing Verizon New England at 459 Main Street in Saugus. Our petition this evening is to relocate an existing jointly owned pole approximately 10 feet on Juniper Avenue. This is at the request of the property owner, Mr. and Mrs. Klein, due to the construction of a new garage.
Okay. Any councilors have any comments? Anybody else appearing in favor? Anybody, just step to the mic, name and address, please.
My name is James Klein. My wife and I are the property owners on 43 Bayview Avenue, and we are making a request to move a telephone pole in order to access the garage.
Okay. All right. Anybody appearing, anybody opposed? None? Councilor McCarthy?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the hearing be closed.
Okay, Council McCarthy moves the hearing be closed. All those in favor? Opposed? Council McCarthy?
I will just say for the record, the Kleins have done a wonderful job building their home, and I know that Mrs. Klein would be remiss if we didn't move the pole, because she would be taking the mirror off her car every time she backed out of the garage. So if there's seeing no other action, I move for approval.
Okay, Council McCarthy moves for approval. All those in favor? Opposed? Opposed? All set? Thank you. Further hearings.
We have an order from Comcast to install a conduit on Essex Street.
Anybody appearing in favor? Okay, please step to the mic. Name and address.
Yes, good evening. My name is Tim Broderick. I'm with Comcast, 55 Concord Street in North Reading. And our proposal this evening is to do the following. From an existing vault at 281 Essex Street, we'd like to place one 3-inch conduit, 50 feet plus or minus in a northerly direction to the property of 272 and 276 Essex Street to provide service to that building.
Anybody else in the room in favor? Anybody opposed? Councilor Sosnowski?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a couple of questions for you first. Is this to upgrade service?
This is a new installation.
It's a new installation. Okay, fine, then no comment at this point. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Public hearing closed. All
Okay,
those in favor?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the hearing be closed.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Sosnowski?
I move that this action be approved.
Okay. Councilor Sosnowski moves for approval. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. All set. Thank you. Further hearings.
We have an order from National Grid to install a conduit on Lafayette Street.
Okay. Hearing in favor, please step to the microphone.
Speeda Mahaber Sheehy, 44 River Street, Beverly, Massachusetts, for National Grid. And this is to provide service for 135 Lafayette Street.
Is that the old St. Joseph's Church?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else appearing in favor? Anybody opposed? Councilor McCarthy?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have two quick questions, or seemingly quick. There was a bunch of emails that went back and forth. For the record, the city electrician, John Giardi, is in favor of this, and the city engineer, Dave Knowlton, had some questions. Did he speak to you directly, or? Okay. The biggest question is, obviously, the city made a huge investment up there with the roadway work and whatnot. Now, it's my understanding that the conduits that you're talking about going from one telephone pole across the intersection and existing conduits that were put in place during the road construction, is that correct?
Yes.
It's my understanding from an email that I received this afternoon from Mr. Knowlton, I think he spoke to Mr. Gendel, that the one section of the road, not the roadway, it's going to be the sidewalk is going to be taken up, and Mr. Knowlton has been assured that the National Grid will put that sidewalk back together in its entirety, remove the whole panel, and put it back. Mr. Knowlton had big reservations on this when he first came across his desk, only because of the amount of roadway work that we just finished up there. But National Grid he's been assured that National Grid has taken the provisions that the roadway will not be dug up, and it was just going to be this one section of sidewalk. And if that's the scope of it, Mr. Knowlton has asked, Mr. Knowlton will then voice his approval of the process, and then therefore I will be speaking in favor of it. If that's my understanding, it's just going to be that one section of sidewalk.
My understanding is that the conduit that was in the roadway was already done by the civil group, so it should only be the sidewalk.
Excellent. I don't have any shame.
Councilor O'Keefe?
Through you, Mr. President. So does that plan reflect the change that you submitted? Didn't you have a plan of the installation? Does it show the change now?
It shows the
Okay,
sidewalk
so
area.
it's been amended. This has been amended and is now the sidewalk. Thank you.
Councilor McCarthy, the original email where he wanted denial, you talked to him and
Yes.
you're fine with that?
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Move the question.
All right, any further comments? Okay, Councilor McCarthy?
I move that the hearing be closed.
Councilor McCarthy moves the hearing be closed. All those in favor? Opposed?
I further move that the petition be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves the petition be granted. All those in favor? Opposed? You're all set. Thank you. Further hearings.
We have a public hearing on the petition from Honeydew Donuts located at 138 Canal Street for extended hours of operation. Current hours of operation Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Requested hours 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday.
Okay, Councilor Toriel?
We have the, President, we have the representative from Honeydew here.
Okay, you want the hearing, name and address?
Andrea Sattler, 140 Canal Street, Salem, Mass. 01970.
Okay. All right, so you're looking to open up at 5 in the morning and close at, what was it,
At 10.
at 10? Okay. All right, anybody else in favor? Anybody in the chamber opposed? Any councilors have any questions? Councilor Fieri?
Yes, please, Mr. President. Sincerely, I think clearly this will be a win and an asset to Canal Street corridor. With all the construction going on now, I commend and congratulate the Honeydew Donut Company for coming to Salem during this very difficult time on Canal Street. Centrally located to Salem State University, the sports complex, it will be one of many, many choices to eat. We have Bettini's, we have Bagel World, Dunkin' Donuts, Subway Market, Family Chinese Restaurant, Sammy's Roast Beef, a sports bar, McDonald's. So Canal Street's going to be a vibrant entrance corridor, and thank you very much. I think a lot of college students and university students will be glad to have you there.
Thank you.
I am. Thank you.
Thank you. We open today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any further comments? Councilor Toriel?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll just state for the record, I don't have any objection to this. There are other businesses in the corridor that open at that hour, and I already have a coffee from there this morning, so all well and good. And I'm glad that somebody else has moved into that strip mall after the pizza shop that was in there departed. So it'll be a good addition to this. So if there's no other comment, I move the public hearing be closed.
Any other councilors? Councilor Sergeant?
I just have concerns about the residential people that are just behind the sub shop there. There's a side street there. There's a couple of three-family houses, and I know they aren't the best-looking buildings, but people live there, and especially in the summer hours, I worry about the noise or activity there. Sometimes haven't been through this in Venice Square. The worst worry I have is that for some reason 18-wheeler people sometimes go and bring their car to where they work and bring the 18-wheeler and double park it to run in and get a coffee. And I can't say that's going to happen, but that's what happened a lot in the Venice Square when we used to have a 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts there. So my worry is with the residential people and their hours to be able to sleep and work and get up and go work and pay their taxes. So I probably won't be supporting this. Thank you.
Yeah, I think they're just going from 6 back to 5, only an hour difference. Councilor Toriel?
Hey, Mr. President. Also, this is on on the side that they're on. There are no residential houses on that side of the road. There's one multifamily on the corner opposite from it, but that's it for residences in the area. There's one multifamily on the corner of right by Crosby's, across from it, and that's it for residential in the area. So again, I don't have any problem with with 1 hour earlier. I'd have a problem with extended hours of operation beyond what we're already seeing in that area, but. This is fine, and there are other businesses opening at 5 a.m. So, and I move the hearing be closed.
Oh, any other councilors have any? Yep. All right, Councilor Toriel moves the hearing be closed. All those in favor? Opposed? Councilor Toriel?
One opposed.
Close the hearing.
Oh, no. Close the hearing.
Councilor Toriel?
Thank you, Mr. President. Move for approval.
Councilor Toriel moves for approval. All those in favor? Opposed? Let the record show that one opposed. Motion carries.
Thank
You're all
you.
set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, 5 o'clock. All right, further hearings.
We have an application from Footprint Power Salem Harbor Real Estate LP for an inflammable license to keep store the following: 95 gallons of flammable liquids, 84,235 gallons of combustible liquids, and 53,600 standard cubic feet of flammable gases equal to 580 gallons for the property located at 24 Fort Avenue.
Anyone appear in favor? Councilor Corrente?
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. Joseph Corrente, 63 Federal Street, representing Footprint Power this evening. Also with me this evening is Scott Silverstein, the president and COO of Footprint, and I'll ask Scott to address you briefly in a moment, and we have staff who Scott will introduce. But this is a petition for the combustibles and flammables to be stored at 24 Ford Avenue. Now, as a matter of housekeeping on this application, we are asking that this be amended license. This be an amended license and not a new license. And the reason that we're asking to amend the existing license at 24 Ford Avenue is because we're not in a position right now to have the existing license revoked. Because as you know, the existing plant will be running in operation through June 1st of 2014. So the license that has been in place for decades, back to 1950, I believe it is, at 24 Ford Avenue, we will ask that that remain intact and that what has been filed now with you be treated as an amendment to that license. And the materials that you see on this application really are for the new facility that will be constructed. And so the plan will be that once we operate and build the new plant, once we're done with demolition and our new facility opens, we will come back to you and we will begin the process of revoking any other licenses that are on the property so that we end up with just this one license with this one list of materials for this one address. And then all the other licenses, and there are other licenses on the site under different addresses, all of which comprise the plant as we know it when we drive by, will be revoked accordingly as the demolition and then ultimately new construction takes place. We've tried to be careful with these applications and staying very closely coordinated with the fire department. They've made themselves available and have had several meetings with staff, and we've gone over this list very carefully. But Mr. President, if we could, I'd like to ask Mr. Silverstein, the president of Footprint, if he would address the council.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. My name is Scott Silverstein, 24 Ford Avenue here in Salem. President and COO of Footprint. I wanted to take just a moment to update the council on where we are generally with this project to kind of set things in context. We had the opportunity to provide an overview when the council was sitting in committee several months ago of the project. I believe, if not all of the councilors were there. I know many of you have attended many of the public hearings over the last year, and that's really been the story of the past year, is the public hearing process we've been engaged in, both at the local and state levels. We've gone through a rigorous vetting of the new project, certainly at the local level with multiple hearings, I think 6 public hearings before the Planning Board, 2 before the Conservation Commission, 1 at the Zoning Board of Appeal, a very thorough vetting by the city's consultants, their engineering consultant, ACOM, and architectural consultant, Sasaki Associates, and we're very pleased that as a result of that vetting and really good questions that we got from members of the public, that we're able to provide answers to, those boards unanimously granted the permits that we requested. On the state level, the State Department of Environmental Protection has issued a draft air permit that's out for public comment currently. The Energy Facility Siting Board has directed its staff to draft a decision approving the project, which the full board is scheduled to take up 2 weeks from today, I believe. And the DEP is also scheduled to issue shortly a written determination on our Chapter 91 waterways license. So there's been a lot going on. All of it good, and all of it good and very thorough questioning and review of the project. It is a big project for us, it's a big project for Salem, and it's a big project for the Commonwealth, because as I know the members of the council know, ISO New England, the entity responsible for ensuring reliability in the New England energy markets, has determined that there's a need for new generating capacity in the greater Boston area beginning in June 1, 2016, and that this plant at Salem Harbor is the only plant available to fill that need. So we have an obligation to be online by June 1, 2016. We're going to meet that obligation, and we're going to meet it largely because of the great work that's been done by the various commissions and boards over the past year in vetting this project. So I appreciate the committee's indulgence and your indulgence, Mr. President, in allowing me to give a brief update. And with your permission, I'd like to ask our Environmental Health and Safety Manager for our existing plant, Robert DeRocher, to come up and address the amendment, since Rob knows this stuff far better than I do. And obviously, if the members of the council have any questions, we're happy to answer.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
That's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Rob DeRocher. I'm the Environmental Health and Safety Manager at Footprint. Been there for about 10 years. I live at 9 Foster Court here in Salem. I guess there's been a summary already of the amendment request here. Are there any questions?
Councilor Prevey?
Thank you, Mr. President. Rob, I have a question down on the application. Well, it's the amended license. There's the 95 gallons, 84,235 gallons, and then 53. Now, the breakdown is all flammable liquids to be stored 95 gallons. Can you talk about what these liquids are, the gases, the liquid, and what they mean relative to this license, and how the plant's going to be using it once it's operational?
Sure, absolutely. There's a list that was included with the application, and it's broken down by material stored and the nominal size of the container that'll be stored in. The breakdowns between flammable and combustible, those have to do with the physical properties of the material being stored. The materials are things like mineral oil that are used inside transformers for the purposes of cooling the transformers. We have a number of different containers or transformers on the new facility. There's lubricating oil that's used in well, for lack of a better word, the crankcases. I don't even know if that's what they're called in this brand new plant, but you know, Mr. Sargent knows this stuff a little better than I do as far as their application. But so there's lubricating oils in a number of different containers. There's 2 different diesel fuel tanks, 500 gallons each, that'll be powering a couple of different engines located on the property. And then there's we included a list of much smaller quantities of things like solvents for use in general cleaning, aerosol cans. You know, we tried to make this somewhat comprehensive. The materials, the 95 gallons, that represents a bunch of real small things like WD-40, like I said, aerosols, things like that. So while there are some hazards there, it's a very, very small quantity. So it's all very typical stuff for a combined cycle gas power plant.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilor Go?
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you to Mr. DeRocher. I don't see any really big containers here. So you're going to be removing all of those large tanks that are there. So I'm assuming these are all going to be stored in newer containers, newer tanks that will be built to up to the modern codes.
Absolutely.
As far as safety purposes and recovery purposes if there would be a leak, especially since we do have the dreaded mineral oil there, which apparently is polluting Salem Harbor tremendously, according to some people right now. So.
I would, yeah, definitely agree that everything's going to be built, everything is going to be virtually brand new construction. There's nothing on the current facility that I'm aware of that's going to be reused for the new facility. Everything is going away at the current coal-fired power plant.
Councilor Fieri, you all
Yes,
set?
Mr. President.
Councilor Fieri.
Thank you. Having grown up as a young man in the shadow of the old New England power plant, and then it transformed into Dominion, and now in the 21st century it's changing into Footprint. And I wish to commend and congratulate you. I've seen you at the hearings. Many of us went to the hearings, whether here in the City Council, at the Bentley School, with the Planning Board, how transparent and honest and forthright you were. You answered almost as many questions from neighbors and butters, businesses, how this would affect Salem. And you are even invested yourself in Salem. You're a resident of Salem, so you feel comfortable with this last question that Councilor Legault asked, that you feel comfortable with this transaction. So I wish to commend and congratulate all of you here for making Salem a better future with your business here in Salem. Footprint would be a major asset in the 21st century, making Salem a vibrant, active city. And thank you for living in Salem and giving your confidence to Councilor Legault and all of us, saying this is a positive action for the city of Salem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? None?
I just have to recuse myself.
I was going to ask you if you need to recuse yourself. So anybody else in favor? I don't know if, Chief, if you want to say anything.
Move to allow the chief to speak, Mr. President.
Well, it's a public hearing, you can speak. Just to get his opinion on it.
Good evening. I just want to speak tonight that we did meet with Footprint Power back on August 21st. Myself and Inspector Gallant sat down with Mr. Wilson and Mr. DeRocha. For probably about an hour and a half, went over the existing plan, went over the new plan, and to our satisfaction, things look great. And actually, what's on the property right now has been greatly reduced. And again, it will be built to a modern standard, so things will be, built as well as they can be. There will no longer be big tanks on the property. Those will go away, and most of the mineral oil is actually in sumps in machinery, so they won't be in visible tanks either. So as far as the fire department's concerned, everything looks good with Footprint.
On the license where they checked off new license, is a matter of amended license? Do they just refile another license, Attorney Correnti, or we just do it here?
Thank you, Mr. President. What we would ask is that through this oral request that it be treated as an amended license by the council, and then as it becomes issued through the clerk's office, that it would reflect the existing license as amended with this filing, and we would just go forward under the existing license.
Point, Madam City Clerk, did we vote on the amendment and then vote? Okay. Councilor O'Keefe.
Move that the hearing be closed.
Does anyone else in favor? Anyone else opposed? Councilor O'Keefe moves that the hearing be closed. Councilor McCarthy, since it's your ward.
That's okay. I'll defer to the former state fire marshal to close the hearing.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor McCarthy.
Seeing no other discussion, I move that we first take up the amendment that that it goes from being an application for a new license to an amended license as discussed.
Okay. Anyone seconded on that?
Second.
Second, Councilor Torrio. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor McCarthy.
I further move that the matter be granted.
Councilor McCarthy moves that the matter be granted with the amendment.
As amended.
As amended from new license to amended license. All those in favor?
Well, Mr. President, I think you should have a roll call on the...
Three hands. City Clerk. Seconds. Councilor Sargent, you recuse yourself?
Yeah, I'm recused.
Okay.
Solicitor.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes.
Councilor Sosnowski?
Yes.
Councilor Siegel?
Yes.
Councilor Prevey?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Legault?
Yes.
Councilor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Carr?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes. Thank you. On the question of the inflammable amendment license to Footprint Power, 10 councilors voting, 1 recusing himself, 10 in the affirmative. The matter carries. Councilor O'Keefe.
I move for immediate reconsideration. Hope it will not prevail.
Council O'Keefe moves for immediate reconsideration and hopes does not prevail. All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
So moved. All set. Communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $12,827 from Receipts Reserve Golf Course to golf course equipment account.
Council Prevey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Council Prevey moves for suspension of the rules. Any objection? None being. Council Prevey.
I'd also move for adoption.
Under discussion.
Mr. President, Park and Recreation Commission voted on September the 17th to approve this appropriation, and what it's for specifically is the replacement of 2 air conditioning condensers in the clubhouse, which total a little over $7,000. The clubhouse was also vandalized. I don't know when that occurred, but apparently it was vandalized overnight, and we now have to replace 4 of the large windows at a cost of $1,800 each. So with that, there's also an irrigation motor that had seized up, and that repair is a little over $3,700. So I would urge my colleagues to support this. It's obviously stuff that is needed for the continuation of the operation of the golf course. I'd also make note, Karen Partanen, the Director of Park and Recreation, has kind of underscored the fact that we continue to receive record revenues from the golf course. And I think a large part is due to the fact that we've made a lot of improvements, we've made a lot of investments. The management of it has been considerable in terms of its improvement. So I think this is kind of the end result. Nevertheless, we obviously have to spend money where it's needed in terms of repairs and breakdown of stuff. So I'd urge my colleagues to approve this. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $11,504.87 from Capital Outlay Renovation and Repair account to be expended for the painting of Fort Pickering Lighthouse at Winter Island.
Council Prevey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Any objection? None being. Council Prevey.
I move that this matter be referred to a Committee on Administration and Finance, but I do so with a little hesitation. I don't know if Councilor McCarthy knows some specifics about this, just because it's in his ward that maybe he wants to talk about. If not, we can refer to committee, maybe get some more details, but I'm open either way. So.
Council McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I mean, obviously, he was recently being on Winter Island his last week for a cross-country meet my son was running in. The cross-country team now runs their meets at Winter Island, and I had the pleasure of sitting on the bench waiting for the meet to run by next to my mother, and my mother made a comment to me as how ugly the lighthouse looked, and it needed a good paint job. So I'm getting, and she lives in Beverly. I mean, obviously, this is long overdue, and as you can see from the letter, we're utilizing some money that was left, and then we're taking this $11,000 is coming out of capital improvement. The total cost of the refurbishing and painting of the lighthouse is somewhere around $33,000, I think, as I read. I mean, obviously, the only issue I would have with it is whether or not it's time sensitive, if they're planning on doing it this fall, or if it's something that they're going to plan to tackle in the spring. That would be my only question. Obviously, you know, time is of the essence when it comes to painting this time of the year. When you get into the month of October, your window gets smaller, and I'm not really sure of the urgency of when they're looking to paint it. So that would be my only question.
Council Prevey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since I see the mayor's chief of staff sitting here, I would imagine he knows more about this than any of us sitting around here. So to ask suspension of the rules, and maybe Mr. Pangallo can provide some more details before we make a decision.
I can't speak to the time sensitivity of this request as to what their seasonal window is for repainting. The cost factor is largely the condition and also the materials of the existing paint that's on there, and how it has to be removed properly, disposed according to state law guidelines.
Councilor Legault.
Through you, Mr. President, to Dominic. My understanding is there may be some lead paint still on there from years past.
I'm not 100% certain of that.
And they have to be very careful in disposing of that. It can't fall into the water, it can't fall into the shore during low tide. And I don't believe that this project will go toward to spring, but I'm not an expert on that. But there are problems with the paint removal that have to be done right. We had a false start on that, what, a year and a half or 2 years ago? there was a contract to do that, and it never happened because they couldn't dispose of the paint properly, so.
Mr. President, I would just say maybe we can have a quick committee meeting at the next, before the next council meeting. I mean, it is a significant amount of money, and I understand it does, I mean, the work does need to be done. Maybe we can get a few more specifics on it, and then, approve it from there.
Okay. Council Sosnowski?
Mr. President, could you have respectfully request to be co-posted?
I accept that.
Any further discussion?
Thank you.
So, Council Prevy's motion to move it to Committee of Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an order to declare a portion of city-owned land as surplus property, which is located on Technology Way and identified as part of parcel of Lot 723.
Council Turiel?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would move on this one to, for adoption by roll call vote.
On discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. I've discussed this with the Ward 3 counselor, whose ward this is in, and it's a small area. It's pretty much only usable for, it's really only usable to the business out there, and then will be, there's only, again, as with a recent abandonment that we just handled here, there's really only one interested party in it, and they hope to expand their facility and, as a result, be able to do more business and employ more people. And it's not really usable for any other purpose. I don't see the need to run through the full committee process with it.
Okay. Any further discussion, Councilor?
Thank you, Mr. President. I agree with Councilor Turiel. Knowing this property, it's actually a little piece of road that just runs around the building. Nobody uses it. The only people that actually use it are people that run down there and dump stuff in the woods. They're going to take, if they purchase the property, they're going to expand their business onto that land. Nobody else uses it. There's really no reason that the city should own this land. It's actually, the company's actually doing us a favor by taking it off our payroll, our rolls, so we don't have to plow it, we don't have to maintain it, because there's nothing that goes down there.
Any further discussion? I think this is the same process where declare it surplus, and then they put out the bid, and then it comes back to us again before it's sold, so it'll be back again. Any further discussion? None being. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Turiel?
Yes.
Councilor Sosnowski?
Yes.
Councilor Siegel?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Prevey?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Legault?
Yes.
Councilor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Carr?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes. Thank you. On the question declaring property located Technology Way identified as part of parcel lot 723 as surplus, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative. Matter carries. Mayor's informational page, none. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Sosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. The City of Salem in the year 2013, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to handicap parking. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 50B, Handicap Zones Limited Time, is hereby amended by adding the following. Line Street, in front of number 18, for a distance of 20 feet, handicap parking, tow zone. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by City Charter.
Okay, on discussion.
Simply put, it's the typical handicap request. It has the author, it has the approval of Lieutenant Brzezinski, and I see no problem with it.
Okay. All right. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Council Siegel.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, in the year 2013, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to heavy commercial vehicles prohibited certain streets. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 45, heavy commercial vehicles prohibited, is hereby amended by adding the following. First Street, from Swampscott Road in an easterly direction to Traders Way, quote, heavy commercial vehicles prohibited, deliveries only. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by the City Charter.
Okay, on discussion.
Basically, this is an issue where a lot of the commercial trucks are using a cut-through street into a busy residential area, so this is going to prevent it. It went to Lieutenant Brzezinski, and he okayed it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Council Sergeant.
I'm just to try and shore this up, where it says, oh, thank you, Mr. President, where it says deliveries only, I've been through this where the people delivering to the places you don't want the trucks going to will say, well, I'm just doing a delivery. You may, want to put a friendly amendment if it's for residential deliveries only. Because the same trucks that you're trying to prevent will argue that they're doing a delivery, and that's why they're using it. So I think that's what you want to accomplish, right? You want to keep, through you, Mr. President, you want to keep the commercial trucks out of the residential area?
If I may, Mr. President, actually, it's pretty much keeping the sand and gravel trucks from using First Street Traders. Regular deliveries to the Shaw's Plaza is not a problem.
Okay.
Many people don't use that, but the trucks from Aggregate, even though Aggregate tells them not to use the streets, they're all independent contractors, and they are using the streets more and more, and it's basically to keep them out.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
The police will ticket and when they
Yes.
resolve that. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further motions, orders, and resolutions? Counselor?
Mr. President, City of Salem, and the City Council, Section 26, September 26, 2013, ordered the attached zoning amendment for medical marijuana treatment centers be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs.
Any discussion?
No discussion. This is after this is coming in after.
Do you want to co-post that with the committee? holders?
Sure, we
Okay.
can co-post it as a whole.
All right, on Counselor Siegel's motion, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Any further motions, orders, and resolutions? None? All right, committee reports. Counselor Sosnowski?
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, September 26, 2013. The Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, and Legal Affairs, to whom is referred the matter of granting certain licenses, has considered said matter and would recommend approval of the tag days for Salem High School class of 2014, Salem High School football team for November 16th and 17th, Salem High School hockey team for November 30th, December 8th, January 12th, and January 25th.
On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? Opposed? On adoption of recommendation, on discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President. It's simple, straightforward.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further committee reports? Counselor Prevey?
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, September 26, 2013. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of a bond order totaling $160,917 for the purpose of providing additional funds for the construction of a new turf field and track upgrades at Bertram Field, has considered said matter and would recommend that it be adopted for second and final passage.
Okay. On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? Opposed? On adoption recommendation, on discussion?
Mr. President, we had a committee meeting this evening where we had the finance director, we had the community development director, Lynn Duncan, and the mayor ended up joining us as well to kind of explain the project with respect to the additional remediation that is needed for the contamination. And obviously members of the committee were concerned about the fact that an assessment was done in terms of trying to figure out what the contaminants were that were there and what the cost factor was going to be. Unfortunately, as is always the case, you don't know until you start digging and find out what's kind of underneath and what the scope is. And it seemed as if we had identified the contaminants, but we didn't know the full scope in terms of how much of the field was contaminated. So obviously it's going to cost us additional funds. I remember going through this with Furlong Park too. They had an initial assessment. We went through, we thought the contaminants were located in certain parts of the park. When they started to do the digging, they found there was a lot more. There was more contaminants, there was a lot more spread throughout it, and so it ended up costing us a lot and delaying the project. The good news is with Bertram Field is it doesn't appear as if there's going to be any delay, despite the fact that there's additional remediation that needs to be done on it. So with these funds, that's going to help us out, and it's from 2 bonds and a band that's been reappropriated through the council action for us to do this, as well as additional things that are needed to really kind of enhance the field itself and make it something that we're going to get a lot of the use out of it. So I'm certainly supportive of it, the committee was, and we expected the project to move forward under its current timetable. So we'll have everything done as originally scheduled.
Okay. Any further discussion? Councilor Fieri?
Okay.
Councilor Fieri?
I strongly concur with Councilor Privy. The last 3 games of the football season, Gloucester, Marblehead, and this Friday night will be Lynn Classical, all have premier facilities that we hope to get sometime very soon by November, by Thanksgiving. A couple of my sons played soccer, and they played track on that field. Many of us are very excited and enthused to see the renovations at Bertram Field. I worked for 6 years at the Salem Public Library on 370 Essex Street, which has the name of the Bertram family. And this historic field, which has the family name of Bertram, will truly be the field of dreams, with a new track, artificial turf, a scoreboard, refreshment stand, storage facilities, soccer nets, new linings. Fans like myself and many of you, parents, soccer, football players, band members, Pop Warner Football League, will all benefit from this legacy that we're investing in future generations. So thank you, Councilor Privy, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Fieri. Councilor O'Keefe.
Through Mr. President, to the Chairman of the Committee on Administration and Finance, do we have a target date when it's going to be done? Are we going to be able to use the field at all this year for any athletic event? Do we know?
Thanksgiving game, I think, is going to be there.
Thanksgiving?
Yep.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Are you going to be there?
That was my understanding.
Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know so much is mentioned about athletics when it comes to this, but with all the talk and all the articles about the turnaround going on with our school system, this has never been mentioned. This is probably one of the most important things that can go forward for the school turnaround. Every single child, regardless of their athletic talent, no matter what sport they're playing, is going to be more engaged. It's going to have better social skills, better studying skills. They're going to have a coach keeping an eye on their marks. When my kids played sports, their coaches knew what their marks were before I knew, because their coaches wanted to keep them eligible to keep playing. So every single child that uses these fields is going to be a better student. Now, I didn't know that when I was 16, but we really know that now. And people say to us, what can we do to help the school committee? They have an elected board and they make all their own decisions. But this is one of the things we can do to help the school committee, the school department, and help turn that around and help just get those kids a little bit better, more grades, because they have to have them to play those sports. And we could have more of them involved, and that means more of them will have better grades. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments? Councilor McCarthy.
Yes, Mr. President. With response to Councilor O'Keefe, early next week, they're going to do an evaluation. They want to put the rubberized surface on the track, but it needs to have a certain temperature, especially at night, so they're going to evaluate. So the track may or may not, the field's definitely going to be done. There will be some football games played there, which will be exciting. And we can't wait for it because, as Councilor Fury said, I've been to all the football games this year, and even Marblehead, last year they were grass and they had a turf field. I think turf is the way to go. It allows so much more usage for all the sports and the band and everyone else that uses the field, plus the track is going to be a great asset to the city, and I couldn't agree more with what Councilor Sargent just said.
Councilor Prevey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just, as part of my motion, move that we adopt this for second and final passage by roll call vote.
Any further discussion? We do first passage and second passage, or this? We did first passage with the committee and came back up. Now, wasn't this for like the equipment and stuff?
Yes, additional equipment.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? Okay, on Councilor Prevey's motion to adopt it for second and final passage, all those in favor?
By roll call vote.
Roll call vote, 3 hands? Okay. All right, Madam City Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilor Terrio?
Yes.
Councilor Sosnowski?
Yes.
Councilor Siegel?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Prevey?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Legault?
Yes.
Councilor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Carr?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes. Thank you. Second passage, bond order totaling $160,917 for Bertram Field. 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative. The matter carries. Council Prevey.
Mr. President, I move for immediate reconsideration in the hopes that does not prevail.
Council Prevey asked for immediate reconsideration. I hope does not prevail. All those in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
So moved. No more committee reports. Communications from city officials, none. Petitions.
We have a petition from National Grid to install a pole on Highland Avenue.
Hearing ordered October 10th, 2013.
We have a petition from National Grid to install a conduit on Goodhue Street.
Hearing ordered October 10th, 2013.
We have a request from the residents of Beckford and Federal Streets to hold a block party at the square of this intersection on October 4th, 2013, from 5:30 PM to 8:30 PM, with a rain date of October 18th, 2013.
Council Sosnowski.
I move that this matter be granted.
Okay, any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have list of license application, public guide, taxi operator, and vehicle for hire operators only.
Council Sosnowski.
I move that all of these be granted, please.
Okay, any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have 3 tag days, Salem High School Girls Soccer, Salem High School Girls Basketball, and American Legion, post number 23.
Council Sosnowski.
I move that these matters be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs.
Okay, any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have 1 drain layer contract operator license application, A. Ruderman.
Council Sosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this one be granted.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? Further petitions?
We have 1 claim and 2 subrogated claims.
Council Sosnowski.
I move that both of these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have 2 drain layer bonds, A. Ruderman and N. Granesian Son.
Council Sosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these matters also be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs and returned to approve.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 13B, fire lanes, English Street, no parking, tow zone, fire lane.
Council McCarthy.
I move for adoption for second and final passage.
Okay, any discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 74, general prohibition towing zones, Levitt Street, no parking, tow zone, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Council McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption for second and final passage.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking limited time, repealing Webb Street in front of number 27, handicap parking tow zone.
Council McCarthy.
I move for adoption by second and final passage.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Take mine, yep. Further unfinished business?
Second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking limited time, Boston Street, handicap parking tow zone.
Since you have the floor, Council McCarthy, can you take this for me?
Sure thing. Mr. President, I move, on your behalf, I move for adoption and for second and final passage.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking limited time, Summer Street, handicap parking tow zone.
Councilor Siegel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move for adoption for second and final passage.
Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Opposed? Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 75, resident sticker parking zones by adding Eden Street.
Council Turiel.
Hey, Mr. President, I move for adoption for second and final passage.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending Chapter 1, Section 1-10C, non-criminal fines for abandoned/foreclosed properties.
Council Sosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move for adoption for second and final passage. No discussion.
No discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 75, resident sticker parking zones by adding the following new streets: Curtis Street, Daniel Street Court, twice, okay, Kosciuszko Street.
Council McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption by second and final passage.
Okay, any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business?
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 75, resident sticker parking zones by adding Gedney Court.
Council Sosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move for adoption for second and final passage.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Council O'Keefe.
Move that the council adjourn.
Council adjournment. All those in favor? Opposed?